Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner Albert Kemen. Women's basketball at YSU, Al, just the health of it is fine. They've done a great job there. They're pretty much consistent 20-game winners and just have a real nice thing going there.
Yeah, Coach Barnes, congratulations for another great season. You have made this into a repeating part of our show. 22-10 for the season. Went up from 16-16 from last year. Another invite to the women's NIT. Knocked out by Cincinnati, 76-62, but 22 wins, a top 3 finish in the conference, George. A trip to WNIT. That's a heck of a season.
Oh, without a doubt. Anytime, you're playing in March. You've done well, and they've continued this. I think 3 out of 6 years, 20 wins or more, and that's not easy to do. But hats off to them. They seem to have it going. And you know how these basketball programs, they'll sustain themselves. You have 4 or 5 good years in a row. Kids want to come there.
That is the key. His recruiting has been outstanding. Losing Sarah Cash and Allison Smolinski and Melinda Trimmer will be a big task, but it seems like they move in and they take their positions and understand the value of defense and sharing the ball and playing the game the YSU girls' way. That way's done. Congratulations.
They have a girl from Kennedy in year after next.
Yes.
I mean, she's a prize.
Oh, no question about it. That's the kind of player they get.
That's their girl.
A skill.
Yeah,
they like skill. They really do. They get strong rebounders in the post. Really got girls can shoot the ball.
We talked to our buddy Duquesne. He gets his bigs over in Eastern Europe, and he gets his skill in the whippeal.
Yes, that's the way he described it. He did.
It's worked rather well. Let's talk YSU football. They have their pro day, and 2 of the track guys get involved. I'm turned on. I'm on watching Twitter. I see this blur going down the track. I said, that could only be one dude.
Yeah, let's talk about these track dudes, as George said it best. And we're especially focusing on Chad Zallo and Colin Harden, who went into the YSU Pro Day as track speedsters, and they didn't disappoint. Harden was a defensive back at Girard, you remember, and Zallo, wide receiver at defensive back at Warren JFK. And they're looking at their football careers over their track careers right now. Zallo's best time, 4.29. Amazing 40-yard dash time. Harden right behind at 4.37. 39 in vertical jump for Zallo. 37 for Harden. 10-4 in the broad jump.
My mouth dropped.
Yes.
Like, if you're, first of all, 4.5, you're flying.
Right.
They all throw that term around, all these guys that never ran it. 4.5, you're flying.
Flying.
These dudes are 4.3.
Yeah, 4.2.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, according to the times of the combine this year, they've been in the top 10, both of them. And they're bragging about Zedric Woods as a top time for a safety. Well, Zallo would have tied him. So Zallo has the speed, and Harden has the speed, but do they have the football conditioning, size, those kind of things? We'll have to see that.
Didn't mention anything about the benches.
No, they can't be as strong.
Now, let's talk about McCaster, because you always liked him. He had a nice career. We liked him in high school. But his 4.7, he won't get a shot.
No, 4.7's not going to get it done. And once again, that's a nice time for a normal player.
Oh.
But not the pro player. The pro player, they want him down at 4. Unless you're 6'3", 245 pounds, then that's a great time. Charles Baldwin put up 33 reps. Oh, my gosh.
No, Charles.
Hey, I want to see him in person.
No, I don't want to.
I think he has no neck, George.
No, he couldn't have a neck.
No.
But, I mean, did you see the it was impressive. You can't imagine in the shuttle, 4.6 in that 20-yard shuttle.
Too. Yes.
Yeah, he's not just a big guy.
No, not at all. And
so
congratulations to the athletes at YSU going through the pro day. We always hope that in any sport you see them playing in Major League Baseball, which we've seen before for YSU, Major NFL, and in the National Basketball Association. We're always looking for that. We always give them their propers if they get there, and let's hope that somebody gets a chance from YSU. Talking about chances, Nathan Mays is down for spring ball, and that gives the backup quarterbacks a chance, George, to shine. Joe Craycraft and Mark Wade are in there fighting for the backup job, and right now that Nathan Mays has, and it looks like Craycraft has been jumped by Wade in the depth chart already. So Girard, who's been bragging about Wade, this is from last year, he went early in George, which is a new thing. Kids going early, and his jumped Jaden Cunningham, not Craycraft, on the depth chart. So good luck to all you quarterbacks. And George, you don't have one. You have three. You have none.
You got to get
We're
one.
hoping they
We
decide
want
by
one.
the fall. Yes.
We want one good one.
Yes.
You may have to take your lumps with a freshman. That's the only problem. I mean, to be honest, I don't care if it's Peyton Manning.
Right.
You go right from playing against little boys, young men, to big old men.
Yeah. And the league they're in, they have a lot of transfers. They come back to North Dakota State and
22,
Illinois
23
State
years old.
that are old men that look like they're pros, to tell you the truth. And so you have to be ready.
Just
for
think
me
they're
at
too young and
that
not
position.
ready.
At the quarterback position, let's just say a 5-star recruit like the kid from Clemson.
Like Tony Dorr said, he was 168, but you knew he was great.
Yeah. So unless you're a 5-star, then moving that, I get that. When
Well,
I say
that kid-
5-star, I mean elite
That kid
quarterback.
from Clemson.
But at YSU's level, when they're successful and they have those great successful teams, senior come in, Isaac come in, senior they come in. That's where they
The
did this.
old timers would experience it. Get
Yes.
everybody huddled up and the play running time, and the play
they
clock
knew.
doesn't
They know
go
exactly
off.
what they
and-
wanted. Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Because YSU, when they're at their best, the quarterback's not their star.
No.
The offensive line, the running backs are their star.
yeah.
Their defense is their star.
History, they're a running team.
Yes, that's what they want to be. If you're going to be from YSU, you better know going in that if you're going to win the national championship, you're going to have to go to North Dakota State, and they beat you up on line of scrimmage. And so that's what happened. So hopefully that just somebody comes to the forefront. I don't care if Mays keeps the job or the other Craycraft or Wade beat them out, but somebody has to come out to the forefront.
It's funny, that football thing. I remember one year I bet Iowa on the win total over, and I'm looking at the games. I saw one game there. I said, there's one game here that scares me more than ever. North Dakota State went to Iowa and beat them late on one of those 14-10 jobs.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Typical game they have against those Division I powerhouses. By the way, they don't want to play them anymore.
No,
No. If you're they'll play Youngstown State and they'll play Northern Iowa.
They won't play North
They don't want to play
Dakota.
North Dakota State.
No, you could see why.
They have a new coach. They lost like 30 seniors.
Yeah.
Be interested to see if they can still keep the standard.
Yeah, watch. Hey, let's talk NCAA hoops. March Madness. We had our special that we talked about. And I'll tell you what, I know we nailed it because I'm watching all this chalk and I'm thinking I had a few upsets in there, but the chalk yesterday and every favorite one. You look
It's
at
different
it,
tournament this year.
But let's talk about it. I want to talk about it for two reasons. One, maybe there wasn't quite as much excitement, although the Duke game sure was enough for two.
Right.
And secondly, it's going to make better games next week.
Yeah, the game's going to Sweet 16 are going to be sensational because there's great matchups. But they did. The chalk kept their hopes alive all the way through. Very seldom you see the top 8, number 1, number 2 seeds go all the way through, and they're doing it. So,
Yeah, and I always look for upsets. First thing, like when I fill out one of those little brackets, I had a couple, but I think when I came back to the final 16,
everybody does.
You know,
I laugh because I looked at more people have those left than ever before.
Well, I would have to say so. They had a guy in CBS last night. I'm not familiar with him. Little guy with reddish hair. He got all 68 and he has all 16 left. Swear to God.
Wow.
No, he's got 15. I'm sorry, he missed one.
Oh, I was going to say, if he had a perfect bracket.
No, he doesn't. No.
No perfect
But
bracket.
I mean, he had
okay.
perfect 68, all the ones in order,
Yes.
and he's got all but one in the 16.
All right, but he has somebody missing.
Yeah,
Okay,
he did.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I think it was in that LSU one.
Okay. But
Let's talk about it. Round 2, favorite. They win every game. But let's look at that'll make round 3 better because every once in a while those teams sneak in and then they get conked.
yeah, the Duke almost got the conking. That would have been the one that would turn the whole upside down. Turned it upside down. And as George called me, and I was with my grandsons, he said, "Listen, watch that replay." And I did. Well, I went to watch it, George. Very lucky to win. It wasn't skill. Wasn't
Had nothing to do with it.
nothing.
Okay, had nothing to do with it. I heard some guy today too. I want to go back. Right before the lob pass that was fumbled,
Yes.
they fouled a guy at half court.
Did they really?
Well, I have to see it. I heard a guy. And
No call on it. No
yeah,
call
no
on it.
call. I'm taking. This Dawkins kid played Albert, but
No, he was sensational. 32 points,
But
6
the
assists.
last 3 plays, he missed the alley-oop.
Okay.
He got pushed under on the rebound, and he missed the tip.
Yeah, those are big plays.
Not that they were.
Yeah, there's big plays. I saw all of them. I watched them all. Yeah, just it's yeah. I think usually you say Duke takes it. No. Central Florida gave this.
Kane knew he was lucky.
Central Florida.
Let's talk about it. I texted him yesterday. I put it up on Twitter. Believe me, we know Coach K's record speaks for itself. But the bottom line is, in college, you don't see triangle two, box one. This team put Taco Bell there in the post. They put him under the block, and K didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and we were talking to each other.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, you constantly have to run a million pick and rolls with that guy. Somebody's going to break open.
Somebody's going to move.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So he didn't do that.
They planted that big kid, 7'6", by the way. If you haven't seen him, he dunks standing up.
Yeah, with that walk.
It's quite impressive.
Yeah, so they were lucky. It was there's no hands if buts about it.
No.
But there was no luck in some of the other ones. So some of the other Gonzaga's going through easily.
Yeah,
North Carolina's going through injury.
We're going to talk about that. Now let's talk about the basics. The simple jump stop and the bounce pass on that 2-on-1 break, and they're playing.
Yeah, and that's all it takes this time of year because Central Florida.
Basics.
I guess they wanted to make the highlight reel instead of the.
They throw them all day, though. I will say that.
Sweet
That's
16.
kind of standard. I hate to say.
They do it all the time. They do.
Yeah, it's
they
not,
do it all the time.
Not like he took a chance.
I get they think that's going to work, but I sure take the bounce pass layup anytime.
Well, would you absolutely rather be playing today?
Yeah, that's right.
You think? Now they're still playing if they do that. Let's go through some of the big boys. I'll give you a comment or two. You give me a thumbnail. Virginia was strong. That looking over their shoulder. Maybe the first 10 minutes on Friday, but man, yesterday they were possessed.
Yeah, the last two and a half games that they've been out. They like to play it all year.
Is that all behind them now?
Yeah, you got to think
monkey's off their back.
Yeah, you got to think it is because they're really excited what they're doing.
Okay,
and they're doing it the Virginia way. And that means they're getting great shots, giving no shots to the opponent, and dominating the boards. That's the way that's their formula. And in the past, they've come up short. Or they're in the Sweet 16 now, and it's going to be interesting to see. But they're playing a team that I've rode all the way through, and they better look out because Oregon's on fire. I mean, my goodness gracious alive.
Well, I saw him yesterday. I didn't see much wrong.
No.
They asked Altman. They said, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, we didn't have this guy for so long. Then so-and-so came back and so-and-so broke his jaw. Bowl.
That's what I'll say happened.
Yeah, they were just hurt.
I'm saying no. Bowl being out is the key.
They're playing better with him out.
1,000 times. He was going through his legs and behind his back at half quarters and 7-footer, and they let him do it because he was a big-time recruit.
I get it.
So he gets hurt, and Georgia, you get lucky.
Yeah.
He gets hurt. A couple guys who had come back
Better
are getting more
chemistry.
playing time, and they're such a better team without him. No question about it.
Let's talk. This is my favorite team. I mean, this year, North Carolina.
Oh, my.
My gosh, that freshman point guard
Howard,
has given them a jolt.
White is tremendous. No, he's just not good. He's
and
tremendous.
Then our boy, the dude that's 40 years old with the mustache.
Yeah,
does he know how to play, Albert?
Yesterday.
Does he know how to use the backboard?
And the other thing is you automatically see a white post and you think, he can get up on the glass. He can shoot it. He's
bigger than he appears.
He's a big dude. Yeah.
Does he play smart people? Watch him use that bankboard.
Yeah, they automatically think he can only shoot. No. He's inside pulling down rebound after rebound.
No.
Yeah, so they got the perfect variety. They got Little up beside him, who's a super athletic.
And don't blink when you score because if you do, guess what?
Yeah, Johnson shooting.
They're our favorite. First of all, Cam Johnson. I heard a guy call him the best shooter in the tournament the other day.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Grew 3 inches, left pitter, transfer, and now he's playing lights. He's going to the pros.
He's moved into the top.
Let me ask players. Have you seen a team get the ball in faster on a making down the other end?
That's what he does. They're famous for it. Carolina with Roy Williams. Roy Williams is famous for getting the ball down the floor faster than anybody. He stresses more than anybody. He tells his point guard, I want you out of control. I want you going as fast as you can. They're playing good base basketball.
Let's talk Zags because, there's this thing. Oh, they don't play anybody. Oh, they're out there. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there's some pros on that team.
This is their best team. Yeah, this is their best team.
The Japanese guys really.
Yeah, their whole team's made up of really great players. And they get great foreign players. Nobody has a foreign connection.
And they have experience.
Yeah, nobody gets the foreign connection like Gonzaga.
You know in Europe, where these guys are from, wherever, they don't have these stupid rules where the 8th grade can't scrimmage the 7th.
Right.
And the 7th can't scrimmage the 6th. And the 12-year-old, you can't let anybody pitch batting practice. They don't have those stupid rules over
They don't.
there.
They just play. They're playing pro leagues.
And they're 14.
The clubs when they're 14 years old.
Nowitzki was 17.
Yes.
Tony Parker. They came here
playing on the pro leagues. Yes, that's what they do.
Good point, Albert. I like that. Let's talk now also. individual performance. They had a Zion cam. Now it's getting to the point where it's ridiculous, but you want to talk about a megastar.
Yeah, he is. He's going to make more money than anybody's ever made. I think LeBron might get passed up in money because he is the name. Usually in college, it's teams, and pros, it's the names.
Because he's leaving.
Yeah, they know. They call him by his first name. You know, you know how that
Yeah,
starts.
if you're Cher,
Yes.
Madonna,
Yes. Zion.
Zion. They don't say
Yeah, they don't say his last name. They don't.
They say
his first
Zion.
name.
Now, that's what they call that branding,
Yes.
that X factor or whatever, Q factor. Now, here's a guy who made some money too, Taco.
You know, I don't think George.
I do.
I'll tell you why.
I think they're thinking, I think they thought he was a freak.
I just think the pros.
No post play
They
anymore?
don't play any post play. Every post is out on the perimeter. I
Well,
don't
then
know who's he going to guard.
No, then if that's the case.
like he's guarding Embiid, Embiid will go out and
Just drive,
just
yeah.
shot fake, go right by him. Now, if you'd have said this 15 years ago, I thought it might be the number one pick in the draft.
Really?
But right now,
No.
Why? I don't think he'll take a post play.
I think he'll get picked. You think he'll go in the first round?
But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll
Let's
see
talk
what
about Dawkins because he sure looked great.
You said he had a struggle down the
Well,
stretch,
the last couple of plays, but I mean, they would have been, the tip was over too.
I'm wondering if Duke recruited him and he decided to
went to Michigan first.
Oh, okay.
Then his daddy got his
I
daddy got
watched him
fired
play
at
Michigan,
Stanford.
by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was
Yeah,
his
his
son.
daddy
Yes.
got fired at
Thank you for the
Stanford.
story.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
he was nothing
went
like
to
that at
play.
Michigan. Oh, no, he's certainly improved.
man, was he good.
He's improved a lot, yes.
And you could see Kay, as much as I don't care for, there's a tightness with him.
Him and
Dawkins was
yes.
on that first team. Kay had 2 sub-500 seasons and was getting run out of Durham.
Mm-hmm. I thought Jay Billis said it best. The most valuable player in Duke history, Johnny Dawkins.
Did you ever hear the story Billis said?
Because he was going downhill.
Billis went and another guy went. There were like 3 really stars. Billis said the first time he met him, here's this he thought it was Johnny Dawkins, like his little brother or something. Then he saw him play. Said once I saw him play, I knew.
I knew who the real deal was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Kay was almost out of there. They just fired the kid at Alabama, Avery Johnson. He did better than Kay did.
Yes.
But
oh, yes.
back in the day.
Butters. He owes Tom Butters a lot.
You know,
The AD
now
stuck
that
up
you
for
say
him.
it, he
Yeah.
should have him.
Yeah.
He should have a little room in his house.
Yep.
I agree with that 100%. Worst performance in the history. Although 1 year, I found this out last night. I didn't know this. 1 year they had 4 first-round picks. Paul Pierce,
I remember that team.
Jacques Vaughn, and the big
big
white
lefty,
dude.
the big
Yeah.
lefty,
Okay,
yeah,
wait
yeah,
a minute. 2 NBA guys on the bench, and they didn't win it.
That's Kansas.
That's good. They trumped it
Kansas.
yesterday.
Well,
That was Trump.
I will say this, though, George. I don't know if it was. I want to give credit more than say Kansas.
The guys.
Auburn was out of control.
They hit every
I mean,
shot.
they came down. We're pulling up
Yeah.
from 27 feet, and if you do that, hey, the way Auburn's playing right now, nobody wants to play.
No,
them.
no,
Well,
no.
Carolina plays them, don't they?
Because they're loose and goosey.
Oh, they're firing.
Ed Barkley's there holding those.
He's
Did you
funny.
see him?
He is hilarious.
God bless him.
I got to admit.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like him. He makes me laugh more than anybody on TV. He can make me laugh.
I switch it when he's on. I'll admit I don't use the sound, but when I slip by and I see he's coming on, then I
Sound comes
switch
on.
it.
Oh, he make you laugh.
Because he makes because
He does.
Because he doesn't care. That's what the best part is. But they were obliterated, Kansas. I mean, I know they had some guys hurt, but
Oh no, that had nothing to do.
Dang
with
it.
They had nothing. Auburn was tremendous.
but I
They
mean,
just beat
they
the crap out of them.
got blue chippers too.
Yeah, but they couldn't guard. I think of any team in the country played.
They
that
would've got
day
beat yesterday.
by Auburn.
I've seen games like.
They had 50 at halftime.
Yeah, how about Texas Tech?
You called that one.
Well, I
like
didn't
Buffalo.
call it, but I mean, I
you
knew
did.
how good they were.
But they haven't been playing good. So they must have really stepped up
They're
their
rough-
game. Right
they're
now.
rough, tough.
They had been playing so. Got
they-
knocked out in a turn by West Virginia.
They roughed
have
them
been
up.
playing so lousy.
You know that?
Yeah, that's what they did. That's how they played. They're a defensive team. You're right.
They're
a good
ugly.
defensive
They roughed
team.
them up.
Yep.
You know, now let's talk a little bit. We got 2 things to talk about. First of all, Izzo in the tournament. We know he's your guy. And number 2, I want to talk about that ridiculous. He was yelling, and you know who spoke out against him of all people? Michael Thompson.
What'd he say?
Said he shouldn't be yelling like that. He doesn't need to do that. Can you? Where'd we go wrong with? I mean, you can't ride a bike without a helmet and a mouthpiece. You can't drink out of the hose.
Yeah, we're two dinosaurs.
I mean, God
Yelling
bless
means
America.
nothing.
I mean, he loves them. He cares about them, and the kid knows it.
Yeah, I'll say it. I'll say it like I said on the radio show on Saturday, and I'll repeat myself because I mean it so much. The kid knew when he went to Michigan State. He wouldn't have chosen.
Wasn't a pig in a poke.
No.
Izzo didn't start yelling last week.
No, every one of those kids that got
Good
yelled
point,
at,
Albert. Good point.
he knew he was going to get yelled at. And number two, Izzo knows, like all great coaches, there's certain guys certain guys respond to that kind of coach. Others will return to a pat on the back. Yeah. Others respond to,
I had a guy.
You know,
I had a guy at George Jr. Now, these guys are tough to do.
Yes.
They're fighters. I had a guy that if I yelled his name, his lip would start quivering and shaking.
You knew right away.
I knew right away.
Yes.
Don't handle him
And
like
Izzo knows. Izzo knows.
Guy came right back at him.
But they know that's coming too.
The kids just sat him down and said, okay, next play, let's go.
Yeah, Bobby Huggins is famous for that.
Oh.
The players will go right back at him. And he's how you like. He says, I don't mind that. Yeah. So I couldn't handle that, but they can.
Exactly.
That's the way they handle that.
Let's talk MLB. That's right. Wait a minute. What do you mean, Coach? It started last week. This is the dumbest thing ever. Starting games in Japan, coming back and playing more practice games and starting again. But anyway, Thursday, we're going to tip it off, whatever you say, start it up, throw them up. I don't like them at all. We talk about the openers. Let's look at some of the big teams. We know the Yanks are loaded.
Yanks, Boston.
They're going to hit 240 homers. We know Boston.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, I heard the other day, they're thinking Mookie Betts' new contract could approach 200 or 500 million.
More than Trout.
More than Trout.
They're making a mistake. He's a really good player, but he ain't Trout. He's not Trout.
Trout's Trout, right?
Trout is the best player in baseball.
That's one thing.
But that's the Japan thing, George.
Yeah. You don't like it either.
It has to be cash. What else could it be?
No, it is.
What is the reason?
They do everything for money.
Yeah.
They do everything for money.
I see no other reason for it. It interrupts
well, I know this year they were honoring Ichiro.
I understand this year.
But they did it 5 other
another
years.
time, yes.
There's Oakland. They started
Our
over
four
too.
plays. We'll tell you our four plays we like. We like the Dodgers to go under. We like the Pirates to go over.
Yeah.
We like St. Louis to go over. We like Minnesota to go over.
Minnesota's our team.
You guys go to the casino nearby.
Yeah.
Those are the four we'll give you right now. That's our favorite four, and we believe we're going to win all four of them.
Yeah, we do.
I just think that's sometimes you see team totals, and you see what you like, and therefore you can root for somebody every day.
Yeah, you get like 80 cents a day. You got something to root for. Dodgers out 2 starters. Hill and Kershaw. I don't care if it's the Tokyo Giants.
Yes.
You sit Hill and Kershaw for a month.
Yes.
You got issues.
It's hard. It's hard to win. It's hard to find pitching anyway. But then your bullpen gets taxed early in the year too. And all of a sudden, June, July, all these things add up. Yes.
The only thing about baseball, NBA basketball, there are a lot of teams with 0 chance.
Those are the 2 sports that I'll say. I don't care what somebody can argue me. I don't know.
We have a buddy because one team will sneak in. He'll say, see? And we'll say, yeah, but how about the Red Sox? How about the Dodgers? How about the Yankees? How about you? They're all in there.
Yeah, and those are the big 3 that I think are going to win it. And I'll say again, we've said it on the show. We'll repeat it until somebody listens. Put a floor out there to make sure that every
Must
team.
spend 120.
Yeah, 120 million is the lowest you can go, and then all of a sudden, it'll equal out in a hurry. But if you let teams spend 78 million, 80, and let the other team spend 230 million.
The Pirates have put a team out where A-Rod and Jeter made more.
Yes, 2 players.
Well, you can't.
Yes.
It's so weakest division.
So it'll be luck.
Yeah,
and there's no skill.
Everyone.
You know what? You'll get lucky if Kansas City gets in or Minnesota.
Once every 5
it's a
years.
lock.
Hey, Albert, we agree, weakest division, American Central.
For sure.
That's why we think the end is. And the other reason we don't want to go against the Cubs, we know they'll buy someone in July.
Oh, they will.
See, this is what
And
you
I
have
worry
to
about the
watch.
Dodgers with that. I still worry about the Dodgers with that too. But I just thought that was a lot of wins. Indians, Lindor, Ramirez, Kipnis, all 3. Hey, this is the time for that division to jump to you get off to 10 and 2
Minnesota,
start.
you jump out 18-4, all
Yes.
of a sudden the Indians are looking up.
Yeah,
I know I get that April stuff all the
Oh, no,
time.
they count.
But guess what?
They count.
They count the same as August.
Yes, they do.
Albert, let's talk about Gronk. He retires, Hall of Famer.
For sure.
Maybe the greatest. You could argue, there's some other guys. Gonzalez comes to mind. There were some great players, but he's right there.
Yeah, and the style play of New England really focused on him, where they threw the ball to him a lot. He was always one of the 2 best receivers on the field for New England. They didn't concentrate on their wide receivers and backs. So he hit that perfectly. At the end of the year, he blocked a little better at the end. Surefire Hall of Famer, no question.
I never spent $1 of one check. He's got $80 million in the bank.
That's incredible.
Use all his endorsement money.
pretty
Smart kid.
Pretty nice to do that.
Yeah,
huh?
he might not be a genius.
Pretty nice to be
said
able
the
to do
last
that.
book he read was 9th grade.
It's pretty nice to be able to do that, huh?
Yeah, it tells you a lot.
Yes.
Steelers are working on a Ben contract. This is his third one.
Yeah, I think it's wise too because they don't have a quarterback and backup right now even close to him.
No.
You know, if you had somebody in the making,
Yeah.
it's.
You don't think Dobbs is the guy?
No, I don't.
How about the kid from Oak State?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think either one of them.
so they don't have one.
That's my thinking.
Okay.
It's my
Okay.
thinking.
No, I'm interested. Giants.
I know they don't have one.
Giants owner come out the other day. Boy, he was upset. He thinks, he gets rid of Beckham, and people think that he's like Eloy's
Giving
like
up.
his boy.
Okay.
And he said, no. And then he had his best season last year, 67% completion.
I watched him play. I don't care what
He's
they
done.
say.
He's
no
done.
good.
No, he was maybe.
Oh no,
but
he was
he's
good at one
done.
time, but he's not good now.
Okay. Let's talk AAF. Johnny Manziel got in the game. 2 questions. 1, any chance he returns to the NFL? And 2, did you see it?
I didn't see it.
I didn't
And no
either.
chance to get back to the NFL.
That's
No.
I,
He's done.
I
in the NFL.
concur. Let's look NBA. We got about 3 minutes. Do you ever talk, H2O and all chemistry? Celtics got issues.
Well, the way they're playing, they sure do. And Kyrie seems to bring that with him. He
I'm
really does.
tired of him.
He really does. That's his style.
Boy,
play.
I watched him the other night. After the game, Kemba lit him up. He says, well, everybody else, we should double him, like, taking a shot at the coach. And I watched the highlight. Kemba's coming down on the break. He just backs up and lets him go. Kemba pulls up. No wonder he had 35.
Yeah, he's an offensive guy. He doesn't care about defense, and that goes completely against Brad Stevens.
He won't
It's a
guard.
lot like Beckham. They're going to say, why would the Celtics want to get rid of?
Yeah.
Well, I know Stevens behind the back is saying,
Please.
please get rid of him.
Yeah.
Please get him off our team.
I agree 100%. Warriors, I know it hasn't started yet, but pounded at home by the Mavs. That's twice. It was Phoenix a few weeks ago. Are they just looking for the playoffs and nothing else?
Two things. Number one, they're looking at the playoffs. There's no doubt about that because that means nothing. But they're not the best team right now. Houston's the best team.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Can they win Game 7 on Denver's floor?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
Okay, so you're not.
Yeah, Golden State.
Horse racing, the prep races are underway. 6 weeks to the Derby.
The prep starting.
Always an interesting
Are the
time.
preps starting
They
right
had
now?
Louisiana Derby yesterday.
All right.
And, always interesting this time of year. And what I like about it, the Masters comes and the weather gets warmer. And
They go hand in hand.
Spring.
They do go hand in hand.
NHL playoffs are around the corner.
That's exciting.
We know anyone can win. I'll take a hot goalie.
Yeah, and I love the overtimes. There's nothing like overtime hockey in the Stanley Cup. When the next goal wins. And
No, that's the best thing in all sports.
You're on the edge of your seat. The home crowd is into and all of a sudden they score and it goes crazy. I love the Stanley Cup. And I'm a hockey guy, but not a great hockey guy.
No.
I'm just saying the regular season can come and go. But when the Stanley Cup comes, I watch it.
No, I agree 100%. Last thing, Pennsylvania State basketball playoffs. Team 7 hours away, driving 4 hours in the middle and no one being there. They have to come up with something better.
Copy, Ohio. That's what they want, big crowds. Get the coaches, ADs, get everybody involved. Instead, they keep doing it their way and getting no crowds.
It's just not the way to do it.
No.
They could take it to Penn State and maybe do something special if they had a better way of getting there.
One place, bring in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like Ohio. Just copy Ohio's what they do.
30 seconds left. This Adnan Verk, he worked for ESPN. He was a rising star. Let some information about Sunday Night Baseball starting an hour early because of getting so many shows on of that baseball tonight, and they fired him.
They don't. Yeah, you have to just keep your mouth. Today's social media, George.
Yeah.
Something will get out and it's gone.
There are no secrets, just untold stories.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.